we got a stranger with us today.
Ahoy, sailors.
Yeah. How you been?
Good.
Where you been? Tell of all our fans what's been going on in Jay's life.
Well, I don't want to cuss too early on YouTube, so it was a crap show. Did some plumbing at a friend's house in Texas. Took a little longer to install a shower door and some other things.
And then you cratered an engine.
On Tuesday, it didn't blow anything up. It just had a handful of glitter in the oil pan. So that was Tuesday, a few weeks ago. And then Wednesday, found plumbing leaks in my house. And then did plumbing the first weekend. Started the truck the second weekend. Truck's most of the way back together. It's been a $10,000 fiasco of crap show.
That's a $10,000 month, huh?
Yeah.
Jimmy and I had a $10,000 week, it seemed like, in Kentucky a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay, my money was spent on other things.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you need a drink.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
So
just one.
We were just talking about this. Kansas is dry as a popcorn fart right now.
Hard to get anything.
Prohibition's over, right?
Bro, we haven't seen the new Jack Daniel's 10, 12, or 14 release yet.
Nope.
At this point, I don't even know if it's coming.
It doesn't even
We
exist.
must be on like the lowest tier of availability for all of our distributors.
We haven't seen nothing.
That means everyone can't start drinking more because we get more when you drink more.
We need a volume increase.
Yeah.
So what I thought would be fun, Jimmy and I, whilst in Kentucky, we went to Heaven Hill among a number of other places, and we saw this Five Brothers, and it's a 90 proofer, 45%.
Easy peasy.
And it was at the distillery. Come to find out, it is a Kentucky only distribution. It pays homage to all of the brothers who started Heaven Hill back in 1935, 1933, whatever. And it's a blend of 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 year whiskey. Five Brothers, 5 years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See what they're doing here?
Clever.
Counting.
And for a price of Distillery was $70.
$75.
Yeah, and then we went to the liquor store, and I think it was like $5 or $6 cheaper. So we're right in the 65 to 75 range. So it's a little, for a 90 proofer, it's a little high, but we're going to see what you think. We actually...
It's clearly, we enjoyed it a little bit.
They've dabbled a bit. I've been gone a little while.
Yeah.
It is a very easy
We didn't know what to do without you, Jay, so we rented a van and drove all the way to Kentucky just to go see stuff for ourselves.
Yeah.
Went to all my favorite places, I guess.
We did. We went to well, you meaning if you're cracking a joke and meaning Buffalo Trace, we did not.
We did not get to go.
So here's the deal. What happened with Buffalo Trace is.
So you save that for the trip I get to go on. Then.
Yeah, sure.
We didn't want to disclude you from something like that.
Drag me to my favorite place in the world.
So here's what happened with Buffalo Trace. They reopened after all the flooding the week that we got there, and in order to get in, you had to get online and book a tour. And they weren't doing tours, but you had to have a tour booked in order to even get on the property. They would turn your ass away if you showed up without a tour. So, but what they were doing was that if you booked the tour and you got in, everybody got the right to purchase all 5 of their distillery releases, which consists of Weller Special Reserve, Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, E.H. Taylor Small Batch, and Blanton's. Every person could buy all 5 of them. Bro, we would have come home with 20 more bottles than what we did had we been able to go. But we weren't able to get the tours booked in time by the time we showed up and figured out what we had to do. So
the table would have been a little more full.
Yeah,
it would have been.
I think the flood probably saved us from even more arguments with the wives.
Probably. So this Five Brothers, we took a chance on it. Again, it was at the distillery. We kind of got caught up on we should totally get that. Turns out, really nice way to start an evening.
Oh yeah, super easy.
This is pretty. I mean, it is quintessential bourbon notes. Like it, so it is what 78% corn, 12% malted barley, and 10% rye.
I don't know why
super.
I looked. I can't read that.
Does it even say?
I don't know.
I don't think it does.
Get your other
I'm
reader.
going off of memory on
Yep.
what I read earlier.
You took a lot more mental notes. I was just
So
fanboy the whole time.
it is very caramel, vanilla, very light oak, but it is, man.
It's just a lighter version of their Heaven Hill, the regular bottled and bond, you know. But the label's cool, the story's cool. You know, we did the whole whatever. There's like a museum on site at Heaven Hill. We got to learn, you know, some of the history and stuff.
Yeah, and then
Learn that you can't say the word fire when you're in the Heaven Hill.
And God forbid you ask to start a fire in like a little fire pit, which they do have on the balcony of their little rooftop bar at Heaven Hill. But as our wives found out, they get mad if you even ask to light it on fire. They had a big fire
signal.
back in like the 90s that took, I want to say, wasn't it 3% of the world's bourbon stash when
many
it
rick
went up?
houses went up. Like
it was
It
a
is
lot.
slightly combustible. I mean,
yeah.
it
Oh,
does
and then
light on
it
fire.
went
And
downhill towards the distillery like this flaming river of whiskey.
Bad deal. Glad I wasn't a whiskey drinker in 95
Yeah.
or whatever, 93, 95.
I was, but it wasn't this shit. All right, back to the
So Five
story
Brothers.
here, though.
The thing that I would say about this is that it is very good. It's very easy. It's very overpriced.
Yep.
In my opinion, if this is a $45, $50 bottle, I have no problems. The fact that we're pushing 70 is where.
Yep. You pay an extra $20 just for the label and the story, but you know, I dig it.
Man,
But it's just
it's
so simple.
It's scary. Like that is scary.
Yeah, that's why most of that bottle was gone before we even hit state lines.
It was. Because I don't know if I may have had maybe one pour since we've been back, but that was the damage that we did in like 2 nights.
It's all right. I got a backup just in case.
Yeah. You haven't even opened it.
Nope.
It's time for everything.
Yep.
So what do you think?
It's good.
If you're into Heaven Hill stuff, you know,
It's not a wild whiskey. I mean, it tastes like bourbon. You can't. It's bourbon.
Yeah, like there's a hint of a spice on the finish, like just a bit of a rye bread baking spice, maybe with the cinnamon butter type of thing. Like it's just a very hint of a spice on the back, on the finish. But
That Roadhouse butter.
oh, I love that stuff.
damn.
Me too.
But this is what, when people say, let me guess, it tastes like caramel and vanilla. Yep, it
Well,
does. That's exactly what this tastes
And
like.
if you like that, you'll have an empty bottle in front of you pretty soon too, because this one meets all those requirements.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
That's good.
Well, there you go. That gets the taste of the Woodford single barrel pick out of our mouth.
Blech.
So
Glad to have you back,
we've
Jay.
reset the palate. Now we're on to bigger and better things.
That we are. Stay tuned.
Yep. We'll see you next time right here.
Hit that like button. Tell
Oh,
your
yeah.
friends.
And your mom.
We totally forgot to pimp ourselves.